Owning a Youngtimer always becomes a part of your life, because it needs attention, and I really love working on my old Benz by myself, because it's so well engineered and it's so easy to work on. My car saw a lot last weeks. Recently we had a 600 kilometers travel to Rügen Island on it, and it needs some attention right now. So hi everyone, this is my 124 230 CE, and today I'm going to show you some maintenance of the car, how I work on it, how I change oil, air, filters and so on. So I hope just you enjoy this video. Actually, the job is already done, and it was not that easy as I thought it would be, but still I think it's going to be an interesting video for you. So don't forget to subscribe and let's go. I decided to start from a little ride around my neighborhood to visit a local car wash in Berlin, Friedrichshain. Here in Berlin they mostly have the self-wash car washes, so it's common to do everything by yourself. So I've done the body wash and then cleaned up the interior because it saw a lot last weeks. After taking some time to clean the wheel discs and the brake pads dust that always occurs during the long trip, I took an air pump that runs on batteries, a cheap and useful thing from Temu, it's German AliExpress, and checked the pressure in all of the 4 tires. Here we are. The wash is done, so I'm taking a short pleasant ride through the streets of Friedrichshain, heading to my garage to start the maintenance. So let's actually take a look at what I ordered to do this car maintenance. This is the Rover 10 W40 motor oil. I actually never used it, just wanted to try. The filter, the fuel filter, the oil filter is here. This is the air filter from Bilstein, and this is the interior air filter. Yeah, this is a small ring for the oil change. It's better to change it every time when you change oil. This is the gear oil. Not sure if I'm going to have time to replace it today. And yeah, the brake fluid, this is definitely for the next time. And yeah, I have this thing for removing the oil from the car, like going to use it for the first time. Let's see. So let's take a look at the old oil. You see it's pretty much dark, but actually okay. And let's take a look at which level it was at. So yeah, you can actually see that the oil doesn't go anywhere, and it doesn't consume oil. I mean, the engine, yeah, it's on the same level it was after the last change. Super cool news. Here you can actually see the condition of the engine. I'd say it's okay for this mileage. It's more than 200,000 kilometers now. Unfortunately, I don't have the proper lens now to show you more of the inside of this engine. So it's a little bit dirtier than I'd like it to be. My idea is to try to change oil more often, let's say every 5,000 to 7,000 kilometers, next 2-3 times, and let's see what's going on with it. Let's talk about the oil a little bit. For this oil change I took the Rover 10 to 40. Actually I just wanted to check this oil out, and I chose 10 to 40, not 5 to 40. just because my oil pressure is going slightly down while the car is standing on one place. So I think that 10 to 40 is going to be a bit better in this situation, but let's see. Talking about the type of the oil, I've been talking to many different guys who's working with those engines, with the Mercedes-Benz. Here I have the M102 engine, and my opinion actually is that it's really important to change the oil frequently, to do it often, and it's not that important which exactly oil do you use. But of course, this is the oil that is approved to be used in the Mercedes-Benz engines. You can see it here. I thought it might be better to remove the air filter housing to have an easy access to the oil filter, but I was wrong. It's not necessary at all, and I couldn't solve my problem with the access to the oil filter. I'll tell a bit more about this problem later. Anyway, I decided to unscrew the air filter housing and change the air filter right afterwards. It's really easy to do on this car. You just need to unscrew a few nuts, remove the cover, change the air filter, and then put everything back together. So guys, going through this process, I realized I have one problem that I can't really solve now. So this is, actually my kind of universal thing for removing the oil filters. And there is just no space for this one. So I'm done for today. I'm going to the shop to buy the proper one tomorrow and going to continue the work tomorrow. Hey guys, it's now second day working on my Mercedes, and I actually found the right piece of tool to unscrew my oil filter. I'm gonna show you now. It's right here, and I actually already tested that it works. We can actually now continue the car maintenance. Then I'm going to change the oil, and then we're going to do a ride and test the car afterwards. Basically that's it, let's go. For the oil change, I lifted one side of the car a little bit to have easier access to the drain plug. Then I unscrewed the oil filter cap, so that when draining the oil, there will be no airlock and oil will drain evenly. Then I unscrewed the drain plug, and all I had to do then is to wait for the oil to drain. What I didn't show you is that I then lifted the other side of the car to drain the remaining oil, but it's not necessary thing to do it this way. Then it's time to replace the spacer on the drain plug. The spacer is extremely cheap, and the Mercedes-Benz maintenance manual recommends to change it every time you change the oil, just to avoid the leak through the drain hole. And after that, you just need to screw back the drain plug. Then, before installing the new oil filter, it's important to lubricate the rubber gasket with oil so it can be easily replaced during the next oil change. And when the oil filter is installed, it's time to pour in the fresh oil. You need 5 liters of oil to do the oil change here, but it's always better to pour in 4.5 liters and then check the level, cause some oil can stay in the sump and you don't want to have too much oil in your engine. And that's it. Now I start the car and check for the result. I mean, there is not a big chance that something can go wrong, but still I need to warm up the engine to check the oil level afterwards. So I'm taking the car out of the garage and do a short ride around my neighborhood. So I actually really love how this car is produced, the ergonomics of this car. I think you can see in this video that like the engineers were thinking a lot about the ease of use, about the ease of maintenance, so everything is in the right place, everything is really easy accessible, and you can do more or less everything with this car by yourself. Actually, it was my first oil change on this car. I mean, the first one that I did by myself and the first one that I did while owning this car. From the condition, like seeing the condition of the engine, I could see that the previous owner didn't do the oil change that often, so I'd like to do it more often, like every 5,000 to 7,000, and then see if it's going to clean the engine a little bit, because I'd like it to be in a little bit better and cleaner condition. So one important thing that I didn't do, I mean that I didn't show you in this video, is checking the oil level after changing the oil, but I'm going to do it now in a couple of minutes there. Just I'm a little bit in a hurry to finish this video today. Yeah, but obviously you need to do this. That's all for today. Please let me know in the comments, what do you think? Should I make more videos in this format? Because I still have some work to do on my car. I can show it on YouTube, shooting more of it. And then subscribe, share this video with your friends, and see you next time on this channel.